congratulations and welcome back. Now the new married path girl, and I'm assuming the wedding. I saw some pictures; they looked lovely. You had a cool black dress, and it looked all woodsy, and so so that
amazing.
went good. But and that's cool. But was there anal on the honeymoon?
No. Well, there was a little bit of fingering of anal there, so there was a little backdoor action. Let's
say we're stepping up the game. See, my dedication is paid off.
Yeah, there you go. It was a rare. We were very blessed to have a very nice wedding because the rain was supposed to be there, and our honeymoon we spent 7 days tromping around Pennsylvania doing various things, and it was a lot of kinky sex and not too much kink, but more just like pretty much sex in every part of Pennsylvania we went to.
Nice.
Yes.
You christened Pennsylvania, in other words, what
pretty
you
much.
said.
Several counties, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you feel your sex life is quite lame? Scared that your desires might be strange? Come and join the kinky world of play. Perverted Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the newly honeymooned Perverted Podcast, the show where we talk about the kinky mind, sex, and all sorts of fucking crazy stuff.
Recording
That's
on Zencaster where the that's it. You're done. Are you done?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Recording on Zencaster.
Don't you have a line?
Oh, fuck off. Just fuck off. Okay. This is why inner Zen. Okay. Recording on Zencaster where the honeymoon's
Anytime
done.
you're ready.
Oh my fucking God. Is this why Kathy left the show?
Probably. One of many things. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have one line. Can I please say it?
Sure.
Okay. Now that we just chased everybody away. Recording on Zencaster where the honeymoon's done. What a delight. We barely saw daylight or stood upright. I'm Path Girl.
And I'm Count Boogie. And that was a good line to wait for. You made it worth it.
Thank you.
You might not be the asshole, baby, don't sweat it. We're gonna tweak your brain nipples and you won't regret it. Talking about your stuff that you're asking all about on Reddit.
I really like this because we haven't gone over a lot of club stuff in a while, and we have some new listeners that are new to the scene. Welcome. Would you go solo to a play party as a female?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd go as a male solo to some places. So this is a good opening topic because a lot of people are now exploring. COVID is long over. People are going out.
Mm-hmm.
They're now, and some people took a long time. It's really funny. I know we're mentioning COVID from 2 years ago, but the COVID effect is still fucking thing. People are just now starting to go, okay, I have my 3,000 vaccines and, or I, whatever, like people are still now just braving going out, and we're getting these emails and seeing these things on FetLife. So what's exciting is you still have to do the same goddamn work you've always done because you are responsible for yourself. So this person asked the question, I recently got accepted into a BDSM club, and I've been wanting to go for so long, it feels like they have a play party coming up, and I have no one to go with. Wait, I totally read that wrong. So I'm going to just reread that.
Sure.
I recently got accepted into a BDSM club, and I've been wanting to do it for so long, it feels like. They have a play party coming up, and I have nobody to go with me, but I really want to go. I can't find any reviews online about it, but it doesn't seem sketchy. Okay. The place is called Lovely Fate in Southern California. Is that stupid of me to go alone? I just want to watch, not play. Maybe meet a dom, have a few friends. And once again, misread. I have a few friends that have my location on my phone.
Okay.
And that's all they wrote. So I think it's a great start that you have friends. I want to start.
Yeah.
I always let you start, but I just want to start with this, and then I'll let you start. Because when you're going to a club or you're going out on a date, but mostly when you're going into a club, this is important to remember. Because when you're going on a date with someone you don't know and you have a safe call, that's fantastic. And I think it's a good start for her to she's thinking about safety and what to do to be safe. But I want to remind you, with a club, they may check IDs at the door, but they don't have anyone's ID at the door. They don't have that on file unless it's a membership only club where only people that get in are members. If it's just a regular club, you show your ID, but they don't know who this fucking person is. So if somebody does something to you bad while you're in the club and then they leave, they're not going to be able to catch that person.
Yeah.
So that's important to kind of know, because you're not going to have cameras in the club. You know,
No,
you're not going to know who this person is.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Maybe outside. So the safe call is a good thing on dates and stuff. But as far as at a club, it's good to, you know, check in with people and let them know you're doing okay. But it's not actually going to help you that much. And I don't mean to say that as a bummer, but it's something important to realize, because there's so much privacy and anonymity in the club. They'll check your license to make sure you're okay. And some clubs may have that person's information on file if it's subpoenaed by the police once you have a court case. But in general, it's not. That's not the only thing you should do for safety. Now I'll let you go.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in both types of clubs where I've been in sex clubs where it's basically they scan your ID and basically, okay, you know, you're here, and versus membership clubs where they actually keep a copy of your driver's license on file under lock and key and basically say, you know, we're only going to give this up and live if there's a search warrant or what have you. I personally would not go to a club by myself without, I just wouldn't go unless I had somebody with me. Have I gone to Munches and Sloshes by myself? Absolutely. That's a public place where there's other people there. To go to a private club, I don't know. I'd probably want to take a couple precautions. Like you said before, having a safe call, or I used to do a safe text where I would text somebody a thumbs up every 20 to 30 minutes, basically like, hey, I'm okay. I'm not in the trunk somewhere. And then basically say all clear and I'm home and what have you. But let's say you really want to go because it's just, you can't find somebody. Okay, great. You could always reach out to the event organizer and go, hi, I'm new. Can you tell me more about the place? What are your policies on consent? What, you know, hey, for safety reasons, is there lights in the parking lot? Is it safe to walk outside? Can I get an escort out to my car later? You know, all the general safety things. Even if you were to go to a regular club that you kind of suss out and just look around. And definitely, please, even if you're going to the club by yourself, ask people about, hey, did you hear about this club? What have you heard about it? Have you known anybody who's gone there? You know, what are the good, the bad? And, you know, and use that information. But, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence because it's like, I wouldn't go personally, but like she's saying that she really wants to go. So I think if you take enough precautions in place, and obviously I would not play, and she even said, I'm not looking to play on the first time. So just, you know, make sure you have your boundaries in place. And if somebody comes up and wraps their arm around you, hey, how you doing? You can say, hi, no, please. You know, I have boundaries. So
I agree. All of those, I'm just like scratching off all the things you said, lights to ask the organizer, lights in the parking lot, whatever. But I also want to add, very important to ask what type of party is. Ask specifically, can I just sit there and watch? Or is there some sort of, because there are different types of parties and some are very sexual. Can I just sit and watch, and if I reject someone, they leave me alone? Or are men going to be standing 3 feet away from me jerking off? Now then, that sounds to some people completely off the wall. But a gangbang party is that. It's going to be 2 or 3 people fucking and 30 guys fucking jerking off next to it. It's for exhibitions and voyeurs, exhibitionists and voyeurs. And that is what that party is for. And I say that it is very important for you to understand going into new clubs and going into new parties. That is their club. If you did not do your due diligence, you can't go into a party And I've seen it, and it's fucking stupid.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't go into a party like this. You did no research. You didn't reach out to the organizer. You didn't ask them what type of party is. You just saw some party on FetLife, and you're like, I'm going to go to that party. And then you're screaming at the organizer. People are jacking off near our play scene. I don't want you to do that. And the organizer is like, this is what that party is. Yeah. This is what happens at this party. You can't come into somebody's party, or there's people that I've heard that argue about nudity at parties that are like, I didn't expect to see naked people here, or I didn't expect to see knife play at this party. I get triggered by knives. I get triggered by needles. I was lit on fire as a child, and I'm triggered by fire. Those things, if they happen at that party, that's your job. You are responsible to find out for yourself if that is what that type of party is. And if it is, don't go to that party. Don't go to parties that are female driven. You know, there's like femdom parties where they're like only a female or a female identifying person is allowed to top in a scene. You can't go into that party and be like, I'm a dude and I want to top. No, you came into that party. That party is established, and those are the rules of that party. You didn't do your work. You don't get to bitch. It doesn't mean people can violate your consent. That's not what I'm saying, that people can come up and blah, 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 blah. You always have the right to say no. That's a legal thing. But there are certain types of parties that you may not like, and if you don't do your research first, then you may find out this actually isn't a good party to just kind of sit. People are going to approach you. It is a sex party, and people think you're there because you want sex. So you may have 20 guys asking you to fuck or jerking off near you. If that's not your thing, don't go to that party. If you can't find people to go through, I'm going to be on the same. I don't go to parties that I haven't been to a party in a long time, but I don't like going to parties where I don't know what the hell's going on. Because just like I said before, there's certain types of parties I don't want to be at. I don't want to be at the guy jacking off party. That has no appeal to me. I don't want to be it. But other people really do. They make a lot of money. There's tons of them all over FetLife. But I don't want to go to that party. So I also know she just got accepted there. So she's like, fuck, man, I want to go. And we're not going to say don't, because a lot of people have ventured out. A lot of women, a lot of people have ventured out on their own, and it's worked out. Back to the party host. If you contact the party host, any legit party host is going to give you all the information you ask for. Happily.
Yes.
When you start hearing party hosts say things like, yeah, we don't really get involved in scenes. We just like to let adults be adults. That means we don't have your back at this party, which once again, there are people that like to go to those parties. We just want to go and we'll fight off the people we fight. And I have my person with me and they're, fucking martial arts experts. So they'll fucking punch someone in the throat if they get too great, whatever. That's fine. Your party. But when a party host is evasive online or just says, yeah, just come and check it out, that means they don't have a plan. You can ask, do you have dungeon monitors? Do you have people that are walking at that party that are going to enforce the rules of the party that you're telling me? Or is it just all kind of for fluff? So there is a lot you can do just by contacting the party owners. If you don't get good information from the party owners and you don't have any reviews, there's nobody online that knows about this club, that increases the sketchiness a lot. Because there's a lot of clubs that just open. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, along the lines of that, with the party club, with the club owners, where it's just basically like, she got accepted to this club, and it's just basically like, you might want to ask about like, hey, what's the kind of the ratio? I mean, obviously it varies between like, you have a female dominated party, but just basically like, I just would hate for her to join up at this club and then like they let all these females in, and then it's like, oh, hey guys, we got all these chicks that come to the parties and stuff, like letting her in just basically like kind of up the numbers, if you will. I would hate for her to have to go through that.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of different parties. Because what I think a lot of women ask for, which we used to get at that other club we don't talk about much anymore, because it's a pile of shit. Sorry, I've been bitter.
Yes.
I've been bitter recently. I have no idea what I was going to say. I just jumped into bitterness and.
We were talking about
numbers.
Like, the ratio people. Yeah.
Yeah, the ratio people. You have a lot of women that are like, I don't want to be the only woman because I've seen it. It's horrible. It's an awkward feeling. There's 10 guys sitting there and like one single woman walks in and it's just like fucking throwing literally meat into a pile of starving lions. And that's not fun. So, yeah, you can ask about the ratio. Once again, if it's a new place, I wouldn't go without bringing someone with me. I don't think it's a good idea. Just to be...
but if you go, precautions, yeah.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself, because that's another thing, and I think that's kind of the point that you and I have been dancing around with, is you're the only person on this fucking planet that gets to be 100% responsible for yourself. Everyone else is... There may be, hopefully, you can roll the dice and hope there's going to be people that are going to be responsible for you and take care of you and have your back. But you're really the only one that has that true ability to go, I am responsible for myself. So if you ignore that responsibility, then you're taking a risk. And that's part of, getting out there and doing things. We take risks, not arguing that. But if you can take care of yourself and lower the odds of you having a bad time, because especially when you're starting to go out, you really want those first experiences to be good. Because, man, when you have a first bad experience, it's real easy to go, I was wrong about this.
That's it.
This is wrong. This isn't for me. I'm obviously a freak. I shouldn't be having these feelings about kink. This is not what I want at all.
Yeah.
You want that first experience to be as good as you can so you can go, okay, this is what I want. This is it. Yeah. So take that time and give yourself that chance, because you deserve it. You deserve to have a good experience. I don't know what else needs to be said.
No, just go out there and have some fun, but do it safely, people.
Yeah. Do your best. Hire someone. Hire a security guard.
Hire Boogie.
I said, no, because all I'm going to say is, why even go to the club? I'll secure you at your house. I'm the one you have to worry about. Jesus Christ. I'm the one that's going to come up with you. I'm the fucking predator. I am going to come up to you and say, hey, what's going on? What are you up to? What are you here to do?
I heard this guy to go to the dungeon with me. His name's Boogie. No, don't hire him. No. That's what they used to say.
Well, I'm not going to go and chaperone someone. I'm just not. I mean, I have. I have had friends that I'm not going to have sex with or play with, and I've kind of been their go-to, their person at the clubs. But I'm going to be there. I'm going to flirt and ask people to play. That's just what I'm there to do. You can say it. I'm letting you know right now. I'm going to ask people. I'm not going to fucking harass you if you say no. I'll fucking be like, okay, well, then let's talk about whatever. Tell me about your, thing or whatever. I've spent hours and hours and hours talking to both men and women who I've never played with. So it's, that's fine. But I am going to fucking ask you if I'm attracted to you or you look like someone I want to play with. I'm going to ask you if you want to play. That's part of going to a dungeon.
Exactly.
Uncle Creepy lurks around your bedroom once you're in his clutch. He penetrates the places where your mama said that good girls shouldn't touch.
So now, Uncle Creepy, you do have the correct mood color set in your room.
That is correct. Yes, I have adjusted my color palette to green. I have 6 million colors. Yeah, I have 6 million colors to choose from.
So, to our audience that don't get the pleasure of hearing all the pre-stuff before we hit record, I'm sitting there and we're like, okay, sound good. Okay, this is good. Okay, got good. Okay, got your notes. Everything. Okay, we're ready to do a fucking show. And all of a sudden you hear Creepy go, Google, make my room green. And I'm like, fucking what? And I forgot. You have voice acting. Like we're in a spaceship.
I have my home automation set up for my entire house. I could change the colors of all the lights. I could have cameras to like view and shit. Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
To get creepy, to get extra creepy. Do you have a camera in your bathroom, but that your wife knows about?
No, I kind of
could you do that? You
out.
Obviously could do it. Oh
yeah,
but you could have one like in the bedroom or something like that, and then let her know that you're like, go in the other room and masturbate, and I'm going to watch you, and then be like, Google bedroom cam.
Yeah, so I kind of do that. I have a GoPro.
Yeah, I kind of do that. I just don't tell her about it.
No, I like the consensual non-consent.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I'm
funny.
joking.
But she just assumes that I'm always watching her, and I am. I'm always watching her.
I am always right there. Dribble.
Speaking of watching, one of my job is to watch the Rich and Famous, and I think this would be a good segue to one of my more funnier stories. And I told you, but I met a very famous.
This is our level famous because, we're of the age where Monty Python, and that, to me, was so influential in everything that I do in comedy. So every character. So when you told me this story, and then I got super excited. So please tell our listeners this amazing, fun story.
Yeah, you kind of hinted towards the individual, but John Cleese is doing his
oh my god,
his farewell tour, and
his farewell. Is he dying?
So I'll get to that part. So I had 2 interactions with him, and I, at my hotel.
First off, for our listeners that don't know who is John Cleese in Monty Python? So
John Cleese is mostly famous in Monty Python for a lot of his sketch comedy. It's like one of the original British sketch comedies. It kind of gave birth to a lot of everything else that we see today. Like, even like SNL wouldn't exist without Monty Python.
No, I don't think so.
I think some of our younger viewers will know this actor as Nearly Headless Nick in the Harry Potter show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, he was in that movie a lot of the episodes or the shows. So he's pretty famous. He's doing a farewell tour.
Legend.
He's stayed over at the hotel. Yeah, beyond legend. I would say he's iconic and one of the comedic greats. And as he was leaving, I kind of just keep an eye out on everything. And as I was escorting him to head out to the bus for a show, he's just like, "Hello, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. Did you happen to enjoy any of our food?" He said, yes, I did." And I was like, "Our food is good enough for Jehovah." And he turns to me and he goes, "Blasphemer!" Not with that much emphasis as I did, but yeah.
Yes!
He got it.
Yes! That is
he was
so epic.
Spot on.
Explain the reference is from Life of Brian.
Life of Brian. Where he
from 19. I don't even know, was us
70 something.
Yes. Yeah, 70 something. And they're stoning an old man to death because he blasphemed.
For blaspheming. And
he was the priest or the preacher or something. It was a fantastic. It was. Oh.
It was some it was pretty funny.
50 years later, first off, amazing setup on your part.
You.
Amazing.
I wanted to go with I thought about different I was like, I should say something to that, but I kind of reserve myself till they interact with me because I don't want to be just like
right. It's good idea.
So I was going to be like. When he walked by, I was gonna be like, "It smells like elderberries in here."
Kind
of like Holy Grail reference. So the next day, and this is why I feel like it's a farewell tour, is I'm checking the doors in the hotel. I walk the whole property, and I hear this just like heavy breathing noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I look down the hall, and it's him again in a robe. He just come back from the pool, and he got turned around in our hotel, and he's like, oh, good, my blasphemer. Can you tell me where my hotel room is?
Oh, it tickles me to no end because so many old comedians get kind of grumpy.
Yeah, he's not over it. He's not.
He's heard this from 1,000 million people. Because it is an epic scene. If you're young, go look on YouTube and look up John Cleese Jehovah and from Life of Brian, and it's a classic legendary scene. All right, enough celebrity fun. By the way, if you have fun,
friends.
Oh yeah, good segue. Ooh,
I'm trying, Boogie.
This one is very loaded, but it's also very there's things that I'm going to say are very positive about this person's approach. They are asking for advice. I'll just get into it because you guys are going to be cringing. Everyone's going to cringe on this, but also
it's going to hurt me.
It's gonna be good too. I wish my boyfriend wanted me to fuck his friends. Kaboom.
Yeah.
Kaboom. Release the insecurities. Release the testosterone. Release the territories.
Yeah, I just want to start growling.
Engage the lions. Sorry. This is unless we'll talk about it. So here, lovely young woman and her lovely young boyfriend have recently been having more and more thoughts about my boyfriend, quote unquote, making me have sex with his friends. I've been slowly accepting my fetishes and more as I've gotten older. But my boyfriend is pretty vanilla, and I'm lucky enough for him to be a bit rough with me, let alone anything crazier. He has one friend who is a virgin. Oh, I know where this is going. As far as I'm aware, and even though I'm not attracted to him, like she would never go for him if if she was single, I really wish my boyfriend wanted to share me with him. I think I'm zeroing in on him because he's single. He's pretty much our only single friend. But there's another couple we're friends with that I wish we did swinging type stuff with. She's bi. I feel really guilty, and I feel like a huge pervert. You are, thank God. Like a cheater, which you're not because you're not cheating, for having these thoughts. But I only find it attractive that he would be telling me to do it and be there making me do it. I can't really bring it up to him since he's trying to work through some stuff he went through when he was a kid and barely open to vanilla sex. But I feel so guilty for these thoughts, and I also kind of wish I could get it off my chest and tell him I hate keeping these thoughts away from him on purpose. That is a very loaded topic, and I know you have some thoughts on this, but I think the way she is approaching this, hopefully we can disarm some of that. But also I want to give a lot of props to her, and I'll just say these before I let you go. I think it is very good that you are talking about this instead of just acting impulsively on it. And I think it's very, very good that she is considering the future consequences and not hurting her current boyfriend. However this works out, the approach that you're taking is very adult and very responsible because you are considering the feelings of your other partner and not just being about you. Because a lot of times what happens is when people make it about them, bam, they start cheating. The whole relationship is a lie, and now you've ruined everything. So I think she's in a good position right here, and she's doing the right thing by asking about it. I have a lot of thoughts. I know you do. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first, I wanted to say these are very common thoughts. I think a lot of fantasies women have is to be, a lot of CNCs. I believe CNC is the number one kink for women lately. I think if I remember correctly.
Fantasy wise, surely.
Yeah, fantasy wise, yeah. I don't like that she feels bad for these. That's what kind of made me upset, first of all, because with society the way it is, being openly sexual especially as a woman is considered a negative, whereas if this was a male fantasy, be like, oh, another dude doing sex.
Yeah, just welcome to being a dude. That's what every guy's real fantasy is.
Yeah, and that's what first kind of nailed me with that. Just like, what the fuck, man? This woman could be out here fucking me, and she can't because she feels that it's like, terrible. But so I've had a partner where her partner has been very slow going to getting around to doing other different stuff. And I can see from her end how difficult it is to kind of navigate that and having to wait for your partner to be open and have like an experience to where like, oh, this is kind of hot. Maybe we could do this other thing that I've been really thinking about. And I feel that it's made it more difficult for her because he's kind of going a little bit slower. He went through some stuff as a kid, and I don't even want to unpack that trauma, but barely open to vanilla sex kind of gives me that that kind of like this might not be the best partner.
Yeah,
to
this
deal
is probably
this, right
this isn't gonna be a good exploration.
Yeah, and I think that if you are not poly, this is not going to be the partner in which you can experience this with. I don't think, at least for several years, especially if there's some trauma built in the back end of this person.
Yeah, there's a long time before you're even going to introduce this kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's bugging
especially
her,
Yeah, and I think that some hard choices have to be made here. Like, maybe even a little bit selfish on your part, on her part, to be like, it might be good now, but in the future, this is just going to build to where you're not going to want to.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be selfish if she has to make a decision to exit the relationship if it looks like this isn't going to happen. Now then, once again, you don't know. We're going to go into the low end of the odds. The odds are very low that that's going to be the thing that's like, wow, that's actually my big fantasy too. And that's actually going to help me get through all my things, is that I just, be the god and share you with all my friends. It's really likely that's not going to be the cure for what he's going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
Super low odds. It has happened that people have turned to alternative lifestyles or swinging or those types of things, to help them get over or build confidence or deal with insecurities. Of course, that has happened, but we're just saying it's a very minority of that is actually the way it's going to go. Yeah, and more like, not a billion, but just damn low. More likely, it's exactly what you said, that if this is something she really is getting stronger and stronger in those feelings, which we'll talk about the difference between feeling and fantasy in a second. But yes, if it is something that she's like, wow, this is really something that I want to go to, then I don't think it's selfish to vacate the relationship earlier, because do you want to build a relationship where you're just, both of you now are going to be unhappy, because you're not going to be happy living your life, and he's going to be very unhappy if you continue this relationship and then all of a sudden years down the road be like, I can't take it anymore, I got to go fuck other people, and I got to find a dominant that's going to be into swinging and these types of things. If it's something that you can just, the self-reflection that I think she needs to get to right now is, how strong is this as a fantasy, and how strong is this as I need this to be a reality. So, because some people can just keep it in the, like the relationship is so good and there's so many things about it that you're like, all right, I don't need to fuck his friends. It's just would be hot if he made me do it. And then down the road, that could be something maybe, obviously you're going to have a conversation with him about this at some point. Now would probably not be the great time when he's dealing with all this shit. But, but maybe it's just something that you can keep into the fantasy. And because there is, you know, there's a big line. And we've talked about this before. There's actually a very, very big line between thinking something and doing something. So your thoughts, there's no guilt in your thoughts because they're thoughts. They're imaginary people. They don't actually exist. There is no real person in that fantasy. If you're fantasizing about fucking the virgin, that's not a real person in your head. That's an image of a person that you are creating that person. And so maybe you have some, you know, idea of what they're like because you know a specific person, but the fantasy in your head is not real. So if you have the fantasy, that in and of itself, there's no real guilt with that. What she's doing that is good is what I suggest doing, that no matter what your fantasies are, we're not going to judge fantasies, but there may be a reason that's deeper behind why you're having those types of fantasies. Maybe she's lacking enough intimacy with her partner, and she's just finding this hot taboo kind of thing to satiate the fact that she's not feeling as much intimacy with her partner as she wants to, which is understandable because he's going through things, blah, blah, blah. So there is...
Yeah, she also mentions it too.
Yeah, so there may be that kind of behind the scenes of the fantasy. And this gets with a lot of things, like as you get older and your fantasies start getting more aggressive, you know, like for me, you know, I feel, you know, sometimes very uncomfortable with some of the thoughts that go through my head. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Because my fantasies are very non-consensual. But of course, at the end, when it's done, it's like a hentai. It's like rape, rape, rape. And then that's actually what I really wanted. And you're so good at this. Thank you very much. And now we're cuddling in bed afterwards. But the initial fantasy is non-consensual. And I'm like, why do I have that? Is that because I'm getting older and I feel more powerless to control things in my life? So now I want to control things in my fantasy, you know. And once again, I don't think you should get too heady in it, but I think it is good to reflect. And that's what she's doing, is that she's, why do I have these feelings? Why do I have these thoughts? But ultimately, don't judge yourself for a fantasy. Like you said in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with having that fantasy. What the guilt is that you feel you want to tell your partner what that fantasy is to see how they react to it. And that can be,
see if she can push the point.
Yeah. But is that necessary? Is it necessary for you to know everything? Like, do you want to know all the fantasy? Because obviously there's going to be things that you're not into. That's why you have fantasies, is so you can do all the things that you wouldn't do with real people, you know, because it would hurt people. That's the compassion part. That's actually a very good thing, that it's like, well, I'll jerk off thinking about this, but I'm not going to do this in real life because I don't want to hurt somebody, or I don't want to, you know, cause problems in a relationship.
Of it are ridiculous.
Yeah. So
Well,
I think she's, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I feel that. I also like reiterating to people, especially when, you know, you built something up in your head, just be aware that the fantasy is always better than the reality. I've had a couple of times where I've had a couple of scenes where I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest fantasy of my world, and it's about to come true, and then it follows through, and I follow through, and it's just like, oh God, what the fuck just happened? And I feel terrible. And what I can give you an example. I remember I wanted to get roasted, and I was like, hey, let's have all my friends get together and roast me. And you know, and it happened at Soap, and the people that were doing it were very close to me. and they just fucking railed me and talked about like, and I was just a sobbing, weeping, crying mess. I was not happy, and I just I was like, fuck, I don't think this is exactly what I wanted. This is
I thought this would be like the comedy roast, Tom Brady. Woo, where's Nikki Glazer?
Nope.
Ah!
Nope.
No, this was like everyone's like, this is a humiliation scene. He's crying now.
It was that, yeah. A couple people got uncomfortable, but I don't regret it. But a damn do if I don't negotiate my fantasies to reality a little bit more thorough now because of what happened. Yeah, it was sad.
Is awful and hilarious at the same time because that's what we do. That is part of the risk is that you're going to do this thing that you think is so hot because it's so hot in your head. It's like coming in a girl's face. I don't ever want to do that ever again. I was never that big on it too. It's okay. like that whole, I've seen so many videos and I'm like, okay, let's try this. I don't really think that I'm that. It's never something that turned me on in videos because I'm like, I like to kiss chicks. I don't want to kiss a big fucking face full of my cum.
Glob of your own cum, yeah.
Yeah, and I did it once, and she was like, "Yeah, do it." And I'm like standing there, and then it's just like sadness jerking off. You're just like, okay, so come in, and she's like, with her eyes closed, face up, because you don't want your eyes open. You don't want to get in your eyes. Okay, nope. I get it. Can't. Doing all the things. Okay, we got a towel right here. We're okay, here it comes, and sadness, just dribble sadness. There it is, and she's like, is this any good for you? No, not really. I'm like, all right, let's here's use a towel. That's not hot.
Clean yourself.
Some
up,
people it is, I guess.
Whore.
Yeah, I just didn't.
I'll do it if she's into it.
Yeah,
I like coming in pussies. It's so much better.
I don't like coming. Period. It's gross.
I'm sorry, bud.
That's
isn't that the cool fucking?
No, not for me. I'm a power exchange.
I just realized that it's not. Yeah, I was just realize it's not always
for me. It's the power, and when I come, my power leaves me because so much of my insanity is wrapped up in behind walls, and I'm constantly fighting. That's why I have problems with impotency, is because there's so much shit going on in my head, and those hormones and neurotransmitters or whatever that are kind of constantly holding my head from fucking falling apart together. When I nut, that's why I usually only just nut before I go to bed. Once that release happens, then that my little wall comes down, and all of a sudden, like all the comes in. So it's very difficult for me to come with a partner and then be like, yeah, like if I can just do something and immediately jump into like some other type of play and do something, or there's other partners and okay, well now I'm going to get a double and a dildo, then I can kind of work through it. But if it's just like, I'm going to suck your dick and you're going to come now, and you're just like, bleh, and then you're like, I want to leave now. Can I just? Can you?
Yeah, it's post nut clarity. Yeah,
not be here. I just don't want to do this. My life is shit. I hate everything. Yeah, coming is horrible. Coming is a horrible thing. It doesn't even feel like much. So.
Well, I think all right. To get back on topic and not to your cum.
Whatever. I think fuck coming.
Get that on a shirt. I think I've seen couples that have tried this and failed miserably. I think communication is going to be your key here. Bring up the fantasy. Why not? But just be aware that you're gonna get that no, but you've still expressed yourself. You've had these thoughts and you feel guilty about it. So get it off your chest, like you say, and just be ready for that. I'm not ready for this. And just be ready for that sobering moment of like, maybe this isn't the partner for me. If there's other things keeping you around, then put this fantasy to the side now and work on the relationship, build this partner up to where you can get to that point again. and, you know, don't make that the goal. Make the goal to be, you know, having a more fully put together partner and more stable in your relationship. And I think you could present this again.
Yeah. When you tell him this, there is a 90% chance that there's going to be an offended, butthurt feeling and an insecurity, because that's just what happens in monogamous relationships. Because the other person, doesn't matter, male or female, both the same. What? I'm not good enough for you? I don't do enough for you?
It happens in poly relationships too.
It happens. Yeah, it can happen in any relationship, but
in
specifically in monogamous relationships, because in a poly relationship, you kind of already know, the reason I'm with other people is so I can have other experiences that you don't provide for me. That's what we do in poly, where this is a different person, and I love them, and you love them, and you know, so it's a little bit more accepting. But when you're going into like a basically non-kinky, non-exploring somebody that's not barely into vanilla sex, and you're all of a sudden like, I want to fuck all your friends. I want you to make me fuck your friends. I just see that as being, you better know what the fuck you want, because that right there can just end the relationship, because that person is going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do this, because they're going to know that's in your head all the time from now on. Oh yeah. They're going to know every time that you're with your friends, she's thinking about fucking him right now, which once again, if he's into it, that's the king. If he is a swinger, if he is into it, if he does love to share you with his friends, if he does have different views on sexuality to where he's not that, you know, super sex focused, and that it doesn't threaten his relationship with you, then that's the one you want. But if he's not that way, it's very likely, be ready that may be the end of the relationship, just telling him that fantasy. Men or women, it's the same thing. When guys do that to women, then that's the same thing. And every guy thinks that. Not every guy, but every guy's like, of course I want to fuck all your friends. Why would I not want to fuck your friends? Your friends are amazing and they're attractive. And there's a lot of reasons for that, you know. Maybe they want to be non-monogamous. Maybe they want to be non-monogamous, but they still want to be familiar with the person. And I'm familiar with your friends, so that seems like a perfect thing. You know, they just want to be wanted by you. There's a lot of reasons, but I do think she should hold off until he works through some stuff, or until she figures out exactly what she wants. Because breaching that topic very likely can just end the relationship anyway. Yeah,
and this isn't even like you know, just the normal, hey, let's go fuck your friends. This is the, hey, you need to tell me to go fuck your friends.
Yeah, you need to want this. You need to want this.
And you're going to make me pretending that I don't want this to do this.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's not even like, hey, let's go somewhere and pick up on a guy, you know, at a random, Yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, going to be tough. Good topic, though. I like the topic. Yeah. I like your John Cleese story. And I like people thinking about their partners. I really like, that's my favorite part of this whole post, is that she's considering her partner's feelings and not just her own. And I think that hopefully is going to be a better path towards her success.
I agree. Yeah.
And that is the end of show 436. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to talk about, please reach out to us at See what happens when I take a break? Please, you fucked me up. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Me.
Well, I'll take the blame. Yeah. You're married now, so you're good at blaming other people for your fucking failures. Oh!
Yeah, Donis made me fuck up. Anyway. If you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like for us to talk about, please reach out to us at pervertedpodcast@gmail.com, or find us on TikTok or Instagram under the name Perverted Podcast. And there is FetLife, where there is both a group and a page. Please help support the show by liking this episode, why I have no idea, and subscribing to the show. And don't forget to share the show with your other friends to help other kinksters like you find us. And if you'd like to support the show a little little bit more, please go to our Patreon at patreon.com/pervertedpodcast and sign up for our $5 if you give a fuck level to become a pee-pee sugar zombie. And with that, you get our show a few days early and our Patreon exclusive half a pee-pee episodes, which is only for our illustrious patrons. And of course, love and smushy kisses to our patrons around the world. Your support means the world to us. I need to practice once again. Fuck!
Nope. You need more honeymoon sex.
I need more dick.
You have a lot. You need more dick. It'll fix you. And you've gone finger anal. Now we're going to go anal.
A little dab will do you.
That's it. I know after you finally go back to anal, you're going to come back, you're going to read that thing like it's going to hammer. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. I'll be Walter Cronkite.
This is what a dick up the ass sounds like. Ladies and gentlemen. I guess we've train wrecked enough. We'll see you guys on the next big show.